Okay.
Are you ready?
All right. Are we ready?
Ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Ready. Nice.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm digging this. All right. I like it.
Did you mix that yourself?
Yeah.
Is that your voice?
Last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Athena.
Oh, you definitely
That's
did
Athena.
that.
That's
Oh,
sick.
okay.
I like that.
You like it?
Yeah. What do you think, Lindsay?
It's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
We have
You're
another
like
one,
in the
classic
club,
one.
but maybe in the office.
Yeah. And then like the soothing voice of like a little Peruvian girl, like in the background. I like it. It's got everything, a little bit of everything.
So the outro, we do the classic one, so Lindsay can decide which one is better.
There you go.
Right,
That's
yeah.
perfect. Speaking of a Lindsay, let's introduce Lindsay to our closing crew podcast episode number. What are we on now?
7.
7.
7.
Yeah.
Seven already? Wow.
Yeah, 7. We're an
Busted 'em out.
established podcast.
Yeah.
This is a very professional outfit that you've joined today. Yeah. But we have with us the beautiful Lindsy Knapp from Aptos, California, a beautiful seaside village. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Lindsay?
Welcome,
Yeah,
Lindsay.
Thank you.
Yay.
I think I'm your guys' biggest fan because I do. I've watched all of the episodes numerous times with Michael.
That's why our viewership is up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Michael's feedback, it gave me goosebumps.
Did it?
Yeah.
I'm glad.
was
I'm
like-
glad.
Dude, we should put a post. You know what?
Oh, really? What was that?
Huh? He was just saying some good stuff about our podcast. You know?
Oh, my God. Okay. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We should put a photo of him, maybe in like a gold frame, just like in the like a small
Where's
one.
your phone?
We should,
You gotta-
because that's
pull
like
that
the
up.
official, first, like
Yeah.
viewer that's not,
Right.
like
Okay.
your mom,
Well, now,
You know what I
we have like an official channel, and I started uploading stuff, so it should be coming up now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, getting started.
yeah. So come
Yeah,
on,
you
tell
want
us
me to
about.
tell about born and raised in Santa Cruz. I live in SoCal, but grew up in Aptos. And I started real estate right out of college, basically. I got a property management job with commercial real estate, and I commute over the hill because in Santa Cruz, we don't really have very good jobs. So you have to either come to San Jose or commute elsewhere. And
Or play the
then-
ukulele by the beach.
surf.
Okay.
Everyone's just trying to make it so they can surf. That's how Santa Cruz goes.
Nice.
But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Sweet. And we met Lindsay at Elevate Group, where we all worked together for a while.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years now. You worked in San Jose for a little bit, right?
Yep.
But now your home market is over the hill.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
To Santa Cruz.
in
Santa
Santa
Cruz,
Cruz, yeah.
yep.
So between the two, which do you like more?
It's hard because I started in San Jose, and I feel like the market is super fast paced and there's a lot more techie people compared to Santa Cruz. And in Santa Cruz, things move a little bit slower. But I was trained in San Jose. It's like Brad was my biggest mentor, right, and helped me. And when I first
So
started
sorry.
out.
My condolences.
And
Those
so
were
that's
rough
all
years.
that's all I knew is like, you go in and you don't have any contingencies. Like you're going to sell your fourth child with the home if you have to. And, Santa Cruz is competitive, but it's not as competitive as San Jose. Things sit on the market a little bit longer. We are influenced by San Jose because there are people that want to come over, right, and buy beach homes. And, even when COVID happened, things were a lot faster compared to, now it's more normalized.
Right.
And a lot of people bought their second homes during COVID. They can, work from the beach.
Yep.
But
So when you went back to your hometown,
yeah.
did you just go in there and just like destroy it? Were you just like a killer? It's like, I'm back from Silicon Valley and then just like destroying all the other agents? Or is it when you compete over there, does everybody kind of still speak that same Aptos language? or SoCal language.
Yeah, I mean the community over there, it's very tight knit. You know, people are going to brokers tour. People are, and it's a thing. I think like over here, right? It's not as much a thing. Brokers tour.
Yeah.
And everyone, all the agents know each other. Like I remember when I had a house for sale on the west side, I had an agent come in. She'd already written like a note to contact her. So I was like, okay, I'll contact her. And then she'd come in and see it. She's like, who did the staging? I've never heard of this stager. And then I'm like, oh, he's out of Silicon Valley, you know, but people like, you know, using mom and pop people from Santa Cruz.
Yep.
And it's just a very, very close knit community compared to, I think, San Jose, right?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Because like in San Jose, it's like a very business transaction kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's very fast, you know, like you don't really get to know that many people. You don't have to because everything moves so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of nice to think like, you know, just a little short while away, people are still over there in like tank tops and like, you know,
Yeah.
or like straw skirts, whatever the hell you wear over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like talking to each other face to face time, right?
Yeah, things
like
are
that.
slower. If there's good surf, like you're not going to get a response from the listing agent if you know he or she surfs,
Wow,
which is like
awesome.
nuts because it's like in my head I'm still trained. I feel like how Silicon Valley is like I want to get my people in contact. Oh, someone else is going to take it, and you know I want things to move fast. I want them to get the home or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like yeah, if there's good surf, you're not getting a response.
That's so funny. Like that's so interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
when all of them are surfing and like in the good shape, like all the agents.
Yeah,
Or
I
they
mean
kinda-
for the most part,
Well, I mean, yeah, but if
or
you're
they're
surfing,
doing yoga or
Yeah.
yeah, if you're surfing over there, you're wearing like a 4-3 wetsuit,
yeah.
and you're just like,
Man, actually,
And
that's,
marshmallow, yeah.
that's funny because I learned surfing in Half Moon Bay.
it's
But-
cold.
It's cold there. But then when I went to Santa Cruz, it felt like warm to me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's that Nordic Viking blood, dude.
but like, I think
Jumping
in
in.
summer you can definitely like wear a less or like thinner wetsuit,
Yeah.
like in Santa Cruz. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still get hypothermia within like 40 minutes, 30 minutes.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Just like, you know, but that's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay. So do you think for your clients, right, would, I mean, there must be some people that commute.
Oh yeah, a lot of
Right.
people commute, and the Google
Yeah.
bus I think picks people up like by the boardwalk and they
Oh,
commute.
wow. I didn't know there was a bus there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's still there,
Okay.
but yeah, a lot of people commute, and then I think a lot of people are allowed to go in like 2-3 days or whatnot.
Right. Yeah.
But there's very few people that actually work and live
Oh, wow.
in Santa Cruz unless they're like
So-
healthcare or
Well, yeah. What is
Yeah.
the main employer there? Would you say?
people either work for the county, the hospital, UPS, they're a contractor,
Yeah.
or people are trying to like run their own business and have like 3 other jobs just to try and make it.
There's a couple of big companies out there, though. I think Plantronics. I think
So
they're-
Plantronics, they moved, and Joby is now
Joby.
in Santa Cruz, which is they're doing like helicopters. Or
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
know
yeah.
much about that? Yeah,
Right.
or airplanes. And so that's a bigger one.
Okay.
That, and then Looker it was a startup. I think maybe they went public, so that was kind of like a techie. I think maybe Apple took them over.
But Plantronics left?
Plantronics left, yeah.
wow.
So Joby is now in their
Wow.
old space.
Where did
yeah.
Plantronics go? They
I'm
were
not sure.
they were there forever.
But yeah, they
Yeah.
did like, was it headsets?
Headsets. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That market's-
What about One Wheel? Is One Wheel there? Is
yeah.
it in
There's
Santa
Santa Cruz.
Cruz or are they in Silicon Valley, but they say made in Santa Cruz?
No, I think it's Santa Cruz. I think
I'm
One
not
Wheel is
sure
Santa
about
Cruz.
One Wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're, I mean,
But they
so
employ like 5 people, and they don't believe in homes. They believe in like communal villages. Like,
working in the garage.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Just having a little fun.
Yeah.
But so so if people are commuting, right? You're unique in the sense that you've spent a lot of time in both markets, right?
Mhm.
For people that are maybe okay with that kind of commute, that maybe don't have to go into work constantly, like what do Aptos prices look like? And would you suggest, like, do you think it's a better deal, I guess, for people that are over the hill that haven't considered Aptos? Like, is that
Yeah.
like a good area to pursue home?
I mean, I have a biased perspective because I see homes here and they sell for, 1.5, and I'm like, there's no ocean view. Like it's just a
Right.
regular home.
Not only is there no ocean view, it's like under the freeway,
Right.
and like people are like
Right.
pooping on their front door.
Yeah. So I think the median home price in Aptos right now is like 1.3.
Okay.
The only thing I tell people is like you have to worry about is that starting at 2 on Highway 1, there's a lot of traffic and there's only 2 lanes. They're trying to widen it. We'll see how that goes. But as soon as you get off like the fish hook when you go into Santa Cruz, it's just bumper to bumper because a lot of people commute. So and our infrastructure wasn't made for all of these people to live there live there
Dirty
now.
Silicon Valley tech
people.
people.
So the
Yeah.
buyers pool now is mostly like people from the Silicon Valley who can like work remotely.
Yeah,
and then they just move
mostly.
to Santa Cruz and
Yeah.
then like do 2 days a week to back to the office or something.
Because a lot
Oh,
of
wow.
people that are born and raised in Sanders can't afford it.
Okay.
So yeah, so I always tell people, if you are commuting, you may as well, go up Old San Jose Road in SoCal because that's like the back roads to get on 17, or the west side of Santa Cruz, or the banana belt of like Santa Cruz, which is like midtown of Santa Cruz, because otherwise you're gonna be sitting in traffic if you go any more south.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy because you always think about like markets like Boise and Austin and Denver where Bay Area people move there, and all of a sudden it's the infrastructure can't handle that many people.
Exactly.
But
Right.
you forget like just around the hill or over the hill, Santa Cruz has been definitely impacted by Silicon Valley and kind of the spreading out of it. So
Yeah.
Totally.
yeah.
So for 1.3 though, what can you expect in an Aptos house or Santa Cruz house?
It'll probably need, some amount of work, but you could probably get like a 3.2, 1,500 square feet.
With an ocean view
Um,
or close to the ocean?
yeah, I mean, you'll be close. And it's crazy, when versus San Jose buyers versus my Santa Cruz buyers, it's like schools aren't really a thing. All of our schools are pretty mediocre. I know, like working in San Jose, it's like you are one house off from the best school, and that's like a game changer. Whereas Santa Cruz, the schools are all pretty much the same, and people are more like interested in being in like a good area that's by like the beach rather than like, oh, we want to be in this good school district. All the school districts are pretty similar. The high schools are all the same. Middle schools are all pretty similar. Elementaries vary, but
Is
It's
private
not.
school a big thing over there?
we do have, some private schools. It's not huge. And there's PCS, which is like a really good, I guess it's public, but I think it's like a lottery to get in. But I think they're like world renowned. Like it's a very good, I think it's a charter school. But yeah, other than that, schools aren't, I mean, we have some private like Catholic schools.
Yeah. I like that. It feels like a healthier way to live. To like not obsess over that kind of stuff.
For sure.
I feel like I joke a lot, but I feel like people over the hill are more balanced in life. Because I think like when in San Jose, in this area, right? Like it's so competitive. Like when you're constantly surrounded by that, and when every single client is so type A and like driven, right? Like you take that as like, okay, everybody operates at this level. And that's kind of like the way that you start operating too. And then you go and you see like, Lindsay drinking a margarita, just like, just enjoying life.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, the surf's good today, so not gonna work. And then you're like, yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
interesting.
nice to have both. Like I felt like it was nice being
Yeah.
over here, being around ambitious people. I'm like, wow, these people want to work. Like
Sure.
how nice,
Sure, yeah.
And then going back and having that too, where it's more balanced and people value like nature and outdoor
Yeah.
activities a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
healthier.
I think it's important to have a balance
Yeah.
Totally.
in life. I think everywhere, like doesn't matter where you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between being a billionaire and being homeless. Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Is there anything else that the people that are shopping in Santa Cruz from the Bay should consider before making the trek out there? Or is it all just like great?
I mean, there's definitely like, mountain homes. There's even homes that, we have septic. People are like, oh, what's septic?
That's
like
true.
people think they're okay with it. And then you're like, well, you got to clean this depending on the house size, once every 5 years. And I think a lot of people it's foreign, so they don't like the idea of like all of their crap literally going somewhere and they have to like deal with it.
And you like leach fields, right?
Yeah. So I think a lot of people don't know that. And these homes aren't even that far out of town.
Right,
You know, they could be like right off the highway, but they're just more in a woodsy area and they're on septic. I think a lot of people like the SLV area, San Lorenzo Valley area got really popular, Felton, Ben Lomond, Boulder Creek, because, you know, you can commute to San Jose from there. Yeah. But people don't realize like a tree falls, like you're going to have to cut that down, you know, to get through the road. Like no one, like a lot of those roads are private. Yeah. So I think people didn't realize that. And they're like, oh no, then they have to worry about fire insurance and then, you know, all the things.
The fire insurance part sucks.
I know. I was just going to ask you about that. Like how that has impacted that market.
I think we're seeing like a lot more inventory in those areas that have fire insurance because people are getting dropped or it's just getting too expensive and people are moving, you know, maybe out of state or otherwise because it's just, you know, it's hard.
Yeah, that situation's untenable because, you know, obviously we've had not us, but, you know, in SoCal, they've had the Palisades fires and all the crazy fires. And I wonder what percentage of those, the people that live there are just not going to come back because the situation is crazy. And you were sent that article about the home that was completely burnt down and people were still bidding over $1 million on it.
Yeah, they got 60 offers on it.
60 offers.
Wow. Yeah.
And what was the original value of the home?
Like 2.5.
Oh, 2.5?
Yeah, they listed it for $1 million. But, you know, when all that went down, I remember walking with my wife and just saying like it's going to take a long time for that area to just look the same, you know?
Absolutely.
Or probably turn into something different.
Right. Yeah. And so it's like, I wonder how many buyers would actually, you know, want to buy there. Sure enough, 60 people.
Of course.
Dude, yeah. You know, it's crazy. It's hard to wrap your head around. Yeah. But it's kind of the theme with like Bay Area real estate too, right? I feel like people are constantly saying like, there's no way the market can continue to grow. Or like, oh, we've had this pandemic or this fire or whatever. There's no way the market's coming back. And like, there's always that kind of doubt because it just doesn't make sense. Like rationally, it's like, how is there so much money, you know?
Yeah.
But then it always does. And then more. So regardless if it's Aptos or Silicon Valley, like if you are purchasing a home, if you're in it for the long run, it's like you got to just pull the trigger. If it works for your finances and it's healthy and it makes sense, it's like you got to go. You know, otherwise you're just going to be staring at your thumbs, twiddling your thumbs, you know, as you get priced out. And in the future, when everybody's a robot, you're going to be the only one with no house because you didn't pull the trigger and called Lindsay in Aptos to buy the house. Right?
So what's the agent chatter when it comes to Silicon Valley people moving over there or Silicon Valley agents working over there?
Yeah, I feel like people are like very territorial. They don't want people coming in that are from over the hill because it increases the prices for people that were born and raised in Santa Cruz. You know, I know a lot of people that can't afford it just because, you know, they work in Santa Cruz, they have like a mediocre job and then they're getting priced out by people who have all this tech money or stock. And then as for the agents, since our agents are so close, you know, people have been doing this for years. They're seeing each other broker tour every Thursday. They see an agent that, you know, gets like a really good listing that's from San Jose. And it's like, who's this? You know, they're like, do we know this person? Right. You know, like,
I'm like, hello.
Why are they here? You know?
Right.
So
what's their area code?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. They're like, oh, they have a 408 area code. Dude. Oh my gosh.
It's like that douchebag's wearing a Santa Clara hat.
Yeah.
He's from Santa Clara.
Yeah.
Oh, what a jackass.
So.
Locals only. Get out of here.
What's the area code for Santa Cruz for the phone number?
831.
831?
Yeah, 831.
Does Michael have 831 tattooed on his chest yet?
I would hope not.
Dude, he should. That'd be pretty rad. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a thing, you know, people get treated differently. You know, if you come in if you're a good person, people don't care. But if you're going to come in and, you know, kind of leave your trash where that's a big thing. Like Santa Cruz doesn't want you to leave your trash, you know, they want you to respect the ocean and, you know, take your trash with you. But yeah, it's a hard world out there.
What if I showed up at your open house in a 3-piece suit, eating like a vegan sandwich, throwing my wrapper everywhere?
That would be
And
Santa
then
Cruz.
I was like, what's listing price? I'll double it. No contingencies.
right.
How would people like that? They'd probably love
I
it over
think,
there.
I mean, a lot of people, they're like, keep Santa Cruz weird, right? They
Yeah, that's
kind
true.
of embrace that weirdness.
Yeah. Is it still weird?
I mean, you go downtown and it's still, it's still a little weird.
You know what's funny though? Yeah, this is a hot take. This isn't. Man, I swear to God, I'm always gonna be canceled on this thing. But like when I was a kid, Santa Cruz was weird, right? But I'd say now downtown San Jose is much weirder than Santa Cruz ever was.
Really?
Yeah, people are like bent over in half, talking to the sun.
That happens in Santa
You know what I
Cruz too.
Yeah, but they've always done it, and it always never
Right.
was scared me for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I would go over there with my friends in high school and I'd be like, ah. And then, like, I don't know, people would be kind of a little crazy, but, you know, naked or whatever and be like, what's up? Like, hey, what's up, dude? You don't feel scared.
Yeah.
But in downtown San Jose, if you're down there, it's like scary. I'm like, oh my
But I
gosh.
think those are like two different type of people. Like
Right.
in Santa Cruz, they're like natural. Like
Right,
they do all
naturally
these
weird.
things
That's
natural.
what it is. That's what it
whereas
is.
like downtown San Jose, they're probably like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's
like triple
unnatural.
dose, and then they start like rolling
true.
in.
Yeah.
That's true. No. So the difference is in downtown San Jose, they're tripping off of fentanyl, which is very sad, terrible.
Yeah.
In Santa Cruz, though, yeah, it's like ayahuasca. They're like on vision quests and they're like learning about themselves and like going to different dimensions and doing real work. Where in San Jose, they're just like, yeah. But anyways, okay, cool. Awesome. Anything else?
What else do you guys want to know?
But
Okay,
I-
all right. Like working with buyers in San Jose versus buyers in Santa Cruz.
Like what I prefer.
Yeah. Be honest.
I prefer working with buyers in Santa Cruz. I guess it's just more exciting to me. Just I've lived in lots of parts of Santa Cruz, and first time home buyers, it's more exciting because I'm like,
Oh, it's more
I used to live
meaningful,
on this
right?
street.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
went to that school, like
Right.
you know, I used to ride my bike to that beach. Where over here, I think that it's like dog eat dog, you know,
Yeah.
and they buyers in San Jose are more aggressive and they're really into schools. I will never forget that because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I didn't no idea. And they're like, no, we have to be at this school. I'm like, oh, you know, because
Were you going to do an Asian accent? Were you going to do an Asian accent about doctors and lawyers? I saw a comment. No? Okay. All right. Trying to get her in trouble.
I will not. I just redid my education thing. You know, every 4 years we have to do the continuing education. So
Yeah.
it's fresh in my brain. All of the fair housing and
That's so funny. Like everybody's just like every 4 years just getting really close to just being a terrible person. And then they take the class and they're like, oh yeah, I feel great. You know?
But I also think like in Santa Cruz, like the property types, like you know the home types, they're completely different than here.
oh, totally.
Here's like
yeah.
standard free too, whereas
Cookie
like
cutter,
I think,
yeah.
whereas like I think in Santa Cruz is definitely more like unique
Yes.
properties,
why-
and I really like it too. Like when I go there, I always like you know look at different type of properties, and they're like it just
Yeah.
like very cool.
Yeah, and that's why I think it is really important to go to Burger Store every Thursday and see all the houses because they're all different and it's not cookie cutter. And I think it makes appraisers' jobs really hard because
yeah.
it's like it's a lot different from one house to the other, and they could be right next to each other.
Yeah,
You know, and I think that's the difference between San Jose too. Is like I would try to, you know, do my best to do like a comparative market analysis in San Jose. And I'm trying to make sure I have the schools and all the things. And then, you know, in Santa Cruz, like I looked at appraiser's report when I first started doing more business in Santa Cruz. And like he had like Capitolis, SoCal, Aptos, like all together. And I was like, oh, and they are right next to each other. But I was like, damn, you're going to group them all together
Right.
with all the different schools?
Yeah.
Like, and then I was that's when I kind of realized like, oh, like you have to because we don't have that much inventory and all of the homes are a lot different from one to the other.
So it's important to have a local real estate agent that was born and raised, right?
Yeah.
So, Lindsay, if somebody is looking in Santa Cruz, Aptos, that whole area, where could they find you and reach out to you?
You can find me via Instagram, lindsay.knapp.realtor. Instagram, yeah. Where else am I? Or my email or my number, 831. Remember 831, not far away.
Wait. Is
831.
that safe? Because we're still navigating this podcasting thing. Is that
You can just look anyone up online anyway.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
or
number.
Google Lindsay Knapp and you'll find
Yeah.
all the things.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some idiots out there spelling your name. Actually, your name's kind of difficult to
It
spell.
is. People
Why
do
did
it
you
all the
spell
time.
Even your first name, some people butcher,
Yeah,
right?
people, it's Lindsy. But people will
Right.
throw an A and are either like, hey, you forgot the A. I was like, oh, yeah. Or they're like, oh, you forgot the Z. And it's like,
Yeah, I didn't
all the
realize how
time.
many variations of
There's-
Lindsay
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there's the normal way, and then there's hers.
Yeah. And I was almost named Chelsea. Like, this is a homemade DIY name.
Chelsea?
Like shells in the sea.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
My dad vetoed that,
very-
and I'm really happy because
You could have been selling seashells.
I
though.
could have
You
been.
could've-
I don't.
Sure.
That could have been a great
Chelsea.
marketing angle, though.
Yeah.
I
That's the thing, right?
mean,
Chelsea sells sea.
Yeah.
I guess I
Real
wouldn't be
estate.
forgotten, but like that's so embarrassing. Like I wouldn't
That
take
would've been
myself
bad.
seriously, right? I would have to change my name.
Yeah, you'd be a clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your name,
Your real estate photo would have been really epic, though.
Yeah, and I could never sell anything in San Jose. There's no way. I would have to sell something by the
Is
sea.
Elon Musk call his children like X or something? Is
Yeah,
it for
but
real?
that's
But
Elon
but
Musk,
is
yeah.
it for real?
yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
it's like X1743, whatever. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's going to be real happy when he gets older.
What a madman, dude! He'll have so
Oh my
much
God.
money, he won't even care.
Yeah.
You know, what a weirdo. But anyways, yeah. Why
Before
don't
we-
you spell Lindsay
Yeah.
Knapp so that people know how to find you?
Yeah, Google Lindsay, Lindsy.
See?
No A, no E, no
See?
C.
Yeah.
And then Knapp, Knapp.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. When I was younger, people were like, oh, PP, you have PP at the end of your last name. It's like, oh, gosh darn it. They're trying to add E or A to my first name, and they want to
Oh, man. Yeah.
make fun of me because I have PP at the end of my last name.
At least you
This
didn't
is
go with that
German,
first
yeah?
name.
Knapp is German last name? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So Knapp, it's mean like close. Like, you know,
Close?
oh, that was close.
I didn't
you
know that.
Yeah, so Knapp means like, you know, like something happens, or like, let's say the car drive by,
Yeah.
like very close to you, and you say like, oh, that was so close.
Uh-huh.
So you would say Knapp. It's kind of,
No
that's
way.
what it
Oh,
means.
see,
Yeah.
you
Like
come
close-
on our
See?
show,
I'm
you
that
learn
close.
something.
There you go.
Closing crew. Oh, yeah. That's
Wait. So how do you pronounce it?
Knapp.
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 In,
You know,
German. In German.
in
Yeah,
German, it's kind of.
But it's German roots, right? Bavarian roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they would
But
say
I
like,
always
that's
say-
what Knapp. Yeah.
I always just thought originally it was Knapp too, but that was probably what they said when they came to the U.S. But people would try and say Knapp. I'm like, do you say knife? Like, no,
Right.
Oh, really? How do you pronounce this?
nap. Like taking
Oh, just
a nap.
Oh,
Yeah.
just a nap. Oh,
Yeah, because it's a silent
That's
K.
what the
yeah.
people told me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong all these
We
years.
just call you Lindsay Silent K. Silent Killer.
Should we talk about any crazy stories in your brief history as a realtor?
Are we going to go
Wait,
into
how?
that?
What time are we at?
How are we doing?
we good. So
Can we roll into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think,
Okay.
Should we
I
just
think it's
cut a
worth
new
it.
one?
Yeah.
You want to do a new one?
Yeah. I mean, how long have we been going?
Yeah, yeah. So right
Is
now,
Michael
the
still awake? If he's taking it, he might be taking a nap right now. You know, because it's too long.
Okay, so we have 32
Oh,
minutes.
that's
yeah.
perfect. Let's
You-
shut it down, and then let's go home, take a nap, get in the same clothes, and come back and record another.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
1 week later.
All
Thank
right.
you, Lindsay.
Thank you for joining us, Lindsay,
Thanks for
at
having
the
me.
closing crew. You are now part of the closing crew. All right, everybody. See you on the next one. Give us your